Okay. Okay, I'm going to recap because I think Harry is coming back to the class. He lost the connection again. Okay, we multiply 10 times 2 is 20, 8 times 5, 40. Now, observation, this fraction is in higher term, it's in 40. Okay, this is a big number, 40. I think I can simplify the fraction by looking for what is in common between 20 and 40. They have two things in common. Both of them are even numbers, but also both of them are multiple of 10. Um, I don't know what is happening with Harry. Okay, I can use any of those things, 2 and 10, to simplify this fraction. Okay, I can divide them, both of them, by 2 to make it simpler, or by 10. Harry? Okay, if I want to make it more simpler, Harry, your microphone is on.
Okay.
Please turn it off. Okay?
Okay.
It seems that you're having problem with your connection, Harry. Okay. I will divide them by 10 because 10 is a biggest number. Okay? I'm dividing them. 20 dividing 10, that's easy, that's 2. Because why? Because 2 times 10 is 20. And 40 dividing 10 is 4 because 4 times 10 is 40. So my new fraction is 2, 4. But you know what? 2 and 4 have something in common yet, right? What do they have in common? They are even numbers, right? If they are even number, they are divisible by 2, don't you believe? Okay, I will go ahead and divide them by 2. 2 dividing 2 is 1. 4 dividing 2 is 2. So this is equal 1/2. Oh, but I know it from the beginning. Yes, because the teacher said in class that any fraction that the numerator is the half of the denominator is equal 1/2, right? Oh, means that if I hear my teacher and I can reduce this fraction immediately to 1/2, I should not be necessary to do all this process. I will be able to do it from the beginning. Okay, so in this case, it was easy to find what is the common factor between 20 and 40 because both of them were multiple of them, both of them were divisible by 2. Okay, later on, I will show you how to find it when they are not that easy. Okay, but let's come back here. I want to show you something. Okay, you know what? Sometimes we can simplify the fractions before to multiply, before to start multiplying. Okay? I will show you, how. Okay? I will place this example. 2/5. Immediately, I will look my number that are reciprocal in x direction. I have 8 and 2. I have 5 and 10. 5 and 10. Okay, I can see that, Harry. Okay, thank you. 5 and 10 and 8 and 2. Before to multiply, guys, check here. I can go ahead and try to make it simple. Okay? There is something in common between 8 and 2. Both of them are even numbers, so they are divisible by 2. Okay, I will try to simplify them by dividing by 2. Okay, this is going to be a divided into is 4, 2 divided into is 1. Okay, now check. I think there is something in common between 5 and 10. Is not 10 multiple of 5? Yes or not? Yes, because you say
Yes.
5 times 2 is 10. So I think I can simplify 10 and
Um,
5.
5 simplified by 1 and 10
Mhm.
simplified by 2.
Okay, yes, because I will set. Okay, 5 divided in 5 is 1. 10 divided in 5 is 2. Okay, now I will rewrite my new fraction to multiply. Here I remind 2 fourths. This is 1 times 1. What remind? 2 times 1 is 2. 4 times 2 is 4. 2 fourths. Oh, but there is something in common, right? 2 and 4. They are even numbers, right? So can I divide them by 2? Yeah. So 2 divided 2 is 1. 4 divided 2 is 2. So my reduced fraction, my lowest term is 1/2. 1/2 is the lowest term. Okay. My answer of that multiplication is 1/2. Okay. Another multiplication. Okay, check that multiplication. It's a big multiplication. Okay, I'm going to make it easier for you. I am not going to be that big. There is 312 times 4 9. Okay, I can go ahead and multiply, but first of all, I want you to check if there is a relationship between them. For example, the denominator 12 and 4 and 3 and 9. Are they having something in common? Yeah, yeah. You think that you can simplify it, right? Try
They
to
are
simplify.
the common of 3 and 9.
399 can
3,
be simplified.
yes. 3, 1 and 9, 3 and 4 equal. Uh, uh, can
Try to
can be
simplify it there in your
simplified,
notebook.
but okay, I will simplify. Simply.
Simplify it and then tell me the final answer. Okay. Try to simplify each one of you there at home. We simplify by dividing them if they have something in common. 3 and 9, I think they are in the same multiplication table, by the way. And I think also 12 and 4 appear in one common multiplication table.
They are multiplicating by 3.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. 3 times 2 is 3, 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so to simplify, Hannah, you can divide both of them by 3. So 3 dividing 3, work it up. Yes, Hannah have the clue. Ready? Okay, you will help me. Before to multiply, I will simplify. I can start whatever I want. I will start with 3 because Hannah says 3. So she discovered that 3 and 9, they are multiple of 3. 3 and 9 are multiple of 3 because 3 times 1 is 3 And 9 is multiple of 3 because 3 times 3 is 9. So if they are multiple of 3, they can be divisible by 3 to simplify it. Okay, 3 dividing 3, guys. Mentally is 1 because 3 times 1 is 3. So, what about 9? 9 divided in 3 is 3, yes, because 3 times 3 is 3. By the other side, then we finish there. We finish there because there is not anything else in common. They have 1 and 3. We cannot do anything if the number on top is 1. It's the simplest expression I can do because I have 1 in my numerator. I will go ahead and work 12 and 4. Hey, 12 and 4 has something in common? Yes, what is it? They have multiple in common. What is the multiplication table of what? 4? 4, I guess. Okay, I will try with 4. People say here 4. 4 dividing 4 is equal to 1 because 1 times 4 is 4. But what about 12? 12 divided in 4 is 12 divided in 4. I said 4 divided in 4 is 1 because 4 times 1 is 4. But 12 divided in 4 is multiplication table of 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. And 4 times 3 is 12. So this is 3. 12 divided in 4 is 3 because 4 times 3 is 12. Okay. Notice I simplify at the maximum because I have 1 in my numerators and there is not factor in common between 1 and 3. So I will rewrite my multiplication equation. This is 1/3 times 1/3. What's gonna be? What is the multiplication? 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 3, 19. 19 is my answer. Check. This fraction isn't the simplest expression. Ya esta expresión está simplificada, 1/9. ¿Cómo sé si mi fracción está en la expresión más simple? Eso es sencillo. Cuando ustedes vean que la fracción tenga 1 como numerador, es porque está en su forma más reducida, la forma más sencilla de expresarse. Y ahí ya no tengo más nada que hacer porque está simplificado. ¿Ok? Muy bien. Entonces la respuesta es 1/9. ¿Hasta aquí hay alguna pregunta?
No.
Ok. Vamos entonces a poner un par de prácticas. Y vamos a practicar reduciendo. ¿Ok? Van a haber algunos casos. Déjame ver si tengo uno aquí. Before to continue, I want to work with some number that have not factors in common. Okay. Okay. Check that multiplication. Okay, I would try to see if there is something in common between 4 and 21. 4 and 21 has something in common. Check out this, guys. Do not write anything in your note because you will get lost. Put your eyes on the whiteboard. No, there is nothing in common. 21 and 4 are not multiple in common. Okay? The closest one is 4 times 5 is 20, but it's not exactly 21, so they are not factor in common. Okay, I cannot simplify that, but I will see 7 and 8. 7 and 8 have something in common. No,
No.
because 7 is not multiple of
7
8
and
and
21 is something is 7 and 21.
7 and 21, but we cannot simplify it that way. We cannot simplify in that way. Just we can simplify crossing the reciprocals. If we try to do it that way, we are going to change totally the fractions meaning. Okay, so what is necessary to do here? Just there is no more option. I will multiply as usual. Okay, 4 times 8 is 4 times 8. What? You see,
30,
we need multiplication table. 30 what?
32.
32. We need to practice multiplication table to make it easy and fast. Now, we have the multiplication of 7 times 21. I can do it mentally. 7 times 1, 7. And 7 times 2 is 14, is 147. Is that okay? Do my calculation is okay? Yes? Okay. The answer is 32 147. Okay. And I couldn't simplify it. I couldn't simplify it because they have nothing in common. So I have to multiply it that way. And in the end, I will see. Is there a factor in common between 32 and 147? What is that factor in common? No, there is not. Okay, so I can remain that in that way. Okay, there is not a number that can divide both at the same time. Okay, that is my answer. Okay. Okay, now we are going to learn something that is very useful when you're working fractions. And that is the common factor. Common factor. Sometimes we are working with fractions and we need to figure out if they are something in common, and we need to look for a common factor, but not only the common factor, and looking for the greatest common factor between them. Okay. Imagine that I have a fraction like this. Let's try this. 24, 28. I can simplify them because they have things in common. They are even numbers, and that means that I can simplify them. But they are divisible by 2. But let me tell you what, I think number 2 is not the only one number that multiply 24 and 28. That is not the only one. There should be other numbers. Okay. I will try to look for a common factor. The common factor, I will find it by looking for numbers that multiply 24 and numbers that multiply 28. Okay, so I will make here one list to remember all the numbers that multiply 24, mean all possible numbers that multiply 24. I will start my list with number 1. Why number 1? Because 24 times 1 is 1. You got it? So we always start with 1. But may you tell me another number that may multiply 24 exactly? After 1 is coming 2. Do number 2 multiply 24 exactly? What do you think? I will say yes, because you know what? If you multiply 2 times 12 is 24. You see? So 2 is a factor of 24 too. Number 3, multiplication table of 3. Yes. 3 times what? 3 times 8, right? 3 times 8 is 24. Do number 4 multiply exactly 24? Check. And the multiplication table of 4. Yes or not? Yes. 4 times what? 4 times 5 is 20. That's close. But it's not the same. As I said, 4 times 6 is 24. So, yes.
4 times 7.
4 times 7 is 28. But 4 times 6 is 24. Okay, so 4 also multiply 24 exactly. Okay. Do number 5? Number 5 is a good option? No, number 5 is not a good option because there is not any multiple of 5 equals 24, sadly. Okay, let's progress. 6. Wait a minute, why not? Do 6 multiply 24 exactly or not? Yes, because you told me that 4 times 6 is 24. This means that 6 times 4 is 24. So 6 is a factor too. Yes, commute. Remember that we can switch? Yes, 6. I'm almost finishing my list. What about 8? 7 is not a good option because 7 times 3 is 21. And 7 times 4 is 28. It's too much. Oh, but check. We can see there's 7 in the next list. 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is... Oh, then 8. 8 is a factor that multiplies 24 exactly. Okay. What else? The people there at home, tell me. 9. Do 9 multiply 24 exactly? The closest is, I think it's 9 times 3 is 27. It's too much. Yeah. And 9 times 2 is 18. So 9 is not an option. It's not a factor. 10, because 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 3 is 20. It's too big. It's too small. And 10 times 3 is 30. It's too big. It's not exactly. What about 11? No, 11 times 2 is 22. It's not. What about 12? 12, right? Because you told me before that 2 times 12 is 24. So 12 times 2 also is 24. So 12 is an option. Okay. Thirteen is not useful. 14 is not useful because that is 14 times 2 is 28. 15, no. Okay, I think my next option there is, my next option could be what? 24, because 24 times 1 is 24. So notice that when you reach the same number where you start, you finish. I finish all my list of factors of 24. Now, let's do it with 28. I need to do the same with 28, but I'm going to do it fastest. I'm going to do it faster because now you know what we have to do. So I will start writing 1 because 1 times 28 is 28. What about 2? This is it's an even number, so there could be 2. An option with 2. No. Nobody knows it. Okay, let me see. You say 2 times 12 is 14. 2 times 14. 2 times 14, right? Yes, 2 times 14. So 2 is a factor of 28. 3 is a factor of 28. I can hear the people at home. No, it's not a factor. 4. Okay, you say 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 5 is 30.
But 4
So 4
times
not.
7 is 20. 4 times 7 is 28.
4 times 7. Yeah. 4 times 7 is 28. That's correct. Okay. What else? 5? No, it's 25 the closest. 6? 6 is possible? 6 times what? 6 times 4 is 24, but 6 times 5 is 30, so 6 is not an option. What about 8? 8 times 2, 8 times 3, what? 8 times 3 is 24, and 8 times 4 is 32, so it's not an option. Okay, I'm having no more options. What about number 7? Because 7 times 4 is 28. Okay. What else? 8 is not an option. 9, no, because 9 times 3 is 27. That's close, but that is not. 10 is not. 11 is not an option. What about 12? 12 times 2 is 24. No, it's not a good option. 13, not. 14, yeah, but 14 is a factor because 14 times 2 is 28. Okay, what else? Okay, I don't have anything else in mind. 28 in itself is a factor. Okay, now we finish all the factors that multiply 24 and all the factors that multiply 28. Okay, there are many in common. I'm going to remark the ones that are in common. 1 is a factor in common, but it's not useful what I want to do. 2, yes, is in common. What else is in common? What order is in common? After 2, 3, no, 3 do not appear in the same list, but 4, yes. 4 appear in the same list. We say 1, but 1 we cannot use it because 1 times 1 is 1, so it's not useful for dividing 2. But which one is greater, 2 or 4? 4, so I'm looking for my greatest common factor. Greatest common factor. The greatest common factor is 4. Check. All this process is because I need a number that simplifies the most possible 24 and 28, 24 and 28. Okay, I know that that number is 4. So I'm going to divide that number by 4, okay? 24 dividing 4 is 24 dividing 4, you just say that 4 times what? 4 times, huh? 24 dividing 4, yes, it's just divided. Multiplication table of 4, who may tell me? 24 dividing 4 is
6.
6, because 6 times 4 is 24. So we have here 6. And 28 dividing 4, 28 dividing 4. Multiplication
7.
7. Okay, 4 times 7 is 28, so this is 7. Okay, what is my new reduced fraction? 6/7. My fraction here is in lowest term. It's simplest, it's the simplest expression, 6/7. How do I know that this is the simplest expression? Because there is nothing in common, no factor in common between 6 and 7. This is an odd number and this is an even number. I cannot reduce this fraction anymore. It's in the simplest way reduce it. Okay. I will place 2 multiplication to do it here of fraction, and I will put also the fractions I wanted in the simplest expression. You can see if you can simplify the fraction, okay? Okay. Number 1. Okay, number 2. Okay. Now we said look for the greatest common factor. You have to look for a factor in common of, we say 18/30. I need the factors in common and simplify it. And I will say also you need to remember multiplication table, 48 and 54. Yeah, great common factor and simplify. There are 4 practice, come on. Okay, word this in your notebook. Okay, if you're ready, please thumbs up. Show me that you finish it. Ready? Okay, I will